Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the PlayVS High School Championship, where we're bringing you the grand finals of the BC School, both the University Hill Secondary School Hawks Black and the Lambrick Park Lions going head to head in the grand finals here of their League of Legends tournament. I am going to be the man on the mic, Oski Champ, and next to me is the kid, the king, Suplex, bringing his own mix inside the building. How you doing, man?
We're doing pretty good now. It's been a great day so far of games, and I can't wait to keep it going. It has been non-stop action here on Play Versus, and we only have more cooking up. League of Legends is up next for one of your favorite games of all time. Aussie Champ, tell me more about what we might see in this kind of matchup. I mean, League of Legends is a kind of game where there's so much adaptation you can see, there's so much creativity, in the builds you can make, in the builds you can overall have as a team. I mean, are you excited, my man?
Yeah, there's nothing more exciting to me than getting to see amazing League of Legends and then getting to see it at this level. We're getting to see the best and brightest of the younger side of things. These are our up and coming talents in NA, the integral part of the NA experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the backbone of what fuels our pro scene, what fuels the future opportunities that are going to open up through esports. So I'm just so excited to get to see what these young people are bringing to the table. Also, shout out to the mentors and all the amazing people that are part of these esports programs that are just doing all the amazing work every day that not everybody gets to see. It's not, the players getting to click the buttons, but
Yeah.
there's so much behind the scenes. For every person that you see on stage, there's got to be 20, 25 people that have put their hands on this project. So I'm just so grateful for everybody that's been a part of getting us to this grand finals, because now we're going to get to bring it home and watch amazing people. And looks like things are already getting started off real smooth here.
We are cooking already in the picks and bans. You can see already Darius is off the table.
Yeah, no way. Dunk Master out of here. A
Some
lot
serious
of great
DPS.
bands, across the board there. We could talk about that, but we're already into the picks. And looking at these picks, the left side of things, I believe that is the Hawks Black, have already picked in some amazing AoE team fight that is just going to be so devastating if they're able to execute it flawlessly. That Amumu ultimate with a Hecarim and Misfortune ultimate on top of it, it's literally the most point-and-click deletion of a team that you could pull off. So really nice to see them come off with that. But there's a great response pick coming out from the Lions here. They have a lot of peel back, a lot of ways to nullify the opportunities that the Hawks Blacks will be looking for. So I'm actually very happy to see this chess match already going very even. Nobody's just getting an insane edge from the picks and ban.
It's cool that we had to see so much an immediate, like you said, an immediate chess game going on in just the picks and ban screen. Now, already, like you mentioned earlier, with the DPS on the side of Hawks Black, what's the synergy like with those three?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, so easy, point and click. Amumu is going to find the backline, or Hecarim can start to find the backline. They both are very high mobility engaged. Amumu a little bit less mobile than the Hecarim, who's going to be just literally stampeding across the battlefield. But they're going to be able to really just access the backline and then keep everybody locked down. Hecarim's ultimate fears people, makes them run around and not really be able to act. And then Amumu can just stun a huge circle around himself. On top of that, Misfortune has that ultimate that is just a bullet time. If continuously layers a massive cone of bullets, as well as her E skill that just keeps people slowed and confined inside of its radius as well. So there's just so much that they have. Pantheon, another great lockdown champion, and then Mordekaiser right now is the most winningest champion on the Rift. In this patch, he has had the most wins per games picked, sitting at, I believe, 53%. So really solid picks there from the Wolves Black. And in response, Ezreal and Kennen, just an insane kite back that is going to really allow for them to have answers to whatever the Hawks Black bring to the table. At this point, it's going to be whoever can get into that mid game comfortably, farmed up with the items on the right people, and not make as many mistakes to get to that point, that's going to be able to really start to find an edge.
Now, on the side of Lions, we see huge amount of counterplay going into play. And to try and counter the amount of DPS and lockdown and overall, like, pure ganking ability that Hawks Black are going to have, what tools do the Lions have to truly counter that?
Yeah, I mean, the Lions have so many tools to counter that. The Galio ultimate is going to allow for them to basically choose one person that gets targeted by the Hawks Black. They're going to be able to give them increased armor, magic resistance, a massive amount of shielding, and then Galio is going to triumphantly smash down onto wherever that person is,
Whew.
knock up everybody that's kind of dove onto that space, and then from there, continue just to disrupt and disjoint anything that they want to bring out. Kennen has an ultimate that's a massive AoE electric storm around him. He
Mm.
can stun people that get inside of it. Lulu can add shields and also increase somebody's health and really just make them that much more difficult to kill. So it's a lot of great responses. Ezreal as well is the most mobile AD carry. He has a skill called Arcane Shift. That's his E skill. He can
Mm.
really just reposition well in a fight. He can get a lot of added attack speed from hitting his mystic shots, and continuing to be accurate with that skill is very rewarding for him. And also, the more accurate he is with those mystic shots, allow him to have his ultimate up that much more often. So there's just all around some really great checks and balances that we're seeing across this draft phase. I would not be able to say who can bring this home from picks and bans. It's really just open to whoever executes most efficiently.
I'm loving this out of the matchup so far, then, because at this point, it's really going to become a game of, okay, can the Lions really be able to defend themselves and not get caught in a group, or are the Hawks going to be able to actually start hoarding up this? I almost want to call it like a sheep herd, or like they're trying to round them up, get one big stun, one big misfortune pop, and then boom, they're gone.
Yeah, exactly. If the Hawks are able to activate and really get their win condition off, and
Mm.
the Lions are slow to respond, they're not able to bring those reinforcements to the table in time. It's going to be the Hawks Blacks day to shine. Hecarim is going to be able to eat up that Ezreal, who only gets one or two chances to reposition with the Arcane Shift and the Flash. If Amumu forces Ezreal to reposition early and then Hecarim's there to follow up quickly, it could spell early death for the Ezreal. Mordekaiser as well. We saw him in the last championships that we had a chance to look into.
Mm.
Um, in Colorado State, I believe, where we got getting to watch, Mordekaiser can literally just yank anybody that he wants into the underworld, make their lives so difficult. He can take the jungler away from objectives, which is his primary focus around a lot of these team fights that get forced. And it's really just a champion that you have to be so respectful of. Kennen has a great time harassing him, though, in the lane, though. Gonna can have a good time just being able to poke him down, make every CS that he wants to get difficult to fight for.
Now, you mentioned Mordekaiser being such an integral part of anti-jungling. What makes Mordekaiser the absolute threat that he really is? Because you mentioned the pulling them down to the underworld. Does that reposition the enemy?
Oh, it takes him completely off the field. He literally
Oh!
takes them down underneath the rift. They are no longer able to aid their team. Their team cannot aid them. And when he brings them down there, he shreds their armor and their magic resistance. After if he's able to defeat them with his ultimate and they're underneath there, he comes up to the overworld with all of their stats stolen, essentially.
Nah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This man is an absolute threat, and that's why he sits there with that, I believe, 53.37 win rate. If he gets out of control, there's no stopping him.
Mm. I can imagine that kind of build being not only completely game changing, but a full shutdown option for a certain amount of counterplay that Lions might try and employ here. Like you mentioned, the amount of DPS on the side of Hawks Black is unprecedented, but Lions are going to play nearly perfect defense and a really calculated offense to make sure they don't get caught off guard, stunned, and ruined for just trying to play the game.
Yeah, I haven't really gotten a chance to speak on that Udyr, though. He did get a little bit of attention because the character was absolutely out of control. But the
Mm.
Lions have this pick of the Udyr, who is such an insanely quick jungler. We saw the Shyvana last week do some quick jungling, which made her start to scale out of control. Udyr is in the exact same boat. He's notorious for being able to just take his entire jungle, head over to your side, take anything that you've left since he's seen you on whatever side of the map that you've shown on, and then you're left with this massive bear stance, phoenix stance, turtle stance, tiger stance, and demon that can just maul down your team. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be explosive, and we're in the mix right now. Hawks Black versus the Lions.
How to jump in there, and the entirety of Hawks Black going bot lane?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Yeah, that's a good call out, just in case, you know, the bot lane of the Lions choose to make an aggressive path. Is Ezreal looking a little bit yummy for the team, as they will not be seen as they head into this brush.
Here we go now.
Oh, very unfortunate for the Ezreal. He's trapped in that dragon pit, but not going to be seen for the time being. They're just going to continue to advance, and the scouting has been done by Ezreal, though. He sees this. What will be the response for the Lions, since they know all 5 are inside of this brush?
That vision is so huge. They don't see him yet, but there's the catch!
He still walks up! Unfortunate for Relief there. He's feeling so sad to know that there's actually 5 there. Maybe they thought there was only 2 or 3 that jumped into that brush. Not enough information. No brush preceded his advance to that brush. He started with the red ward, with the red sweeper. Had no access to any vision and was punished for it. That's a big lead to start things off for this misfortune here. Kaju feeling great about that invade.
And as we just saw, ganks are going to be an incredibly important interaction for both these teams. At like 5 up to through bot lane into the jungle to get 1 pick off the bat. That's just rat activity 101. But as the game progresses, we're going to see a lot more, not only strategic ganks, but as well as counter ganking, counter juggling. This could be something that not only will develop into a pick-off game, but also the kind of game where stealth will be incredibly important. That vision game will come into play even more so.
Well, speaking of counter jungling and counter vision, there is an Udyr inside of the Hecarim blue side jungle. Right now, Hecarim will be walking up towards this brush, but oh, great job by Relief there to be able to steal that buff away in the face of Broken. And actually he's going to hunt down this horse. Going to be a quick response ping coming in from Shenking. Will he be able to get there in time? Nice collapse there on the Udyr.
Well,
and
big
there's
gank.
the Pantheon as well. Will he be able to flash up? No need. There's not going to be the damage to follow it up, but Broken might have the damage. Broken will have the damage and will reap exactly what he needed there. Great job bringing out that scythe when it mattered most. And Broken just having a heyday. Got the early invade on the blue buff. Got the bot lane ahead with that, and then is able to take both buffs away from Relief there. Even though was not able to secure his own blue buff, was able to just get the massive bounty gold, 300 on the head of Relief.
Looking good so far. The fights have started to smooth out now. Everyone's in their positions. No more surprise plays for a minute now.
Yeah, you definitely want to see the pace slow down if you are a friend and a fan of the Lions right now. They are not making any headway with these little skirmishes and things like that are coming about. They got to stop being so aggressive and just lean on the strength, clearing out that jungle, and then using that Udyr to possibly counter gank, or using that Udyr to push out some lanes for the time being, because he can literally solo the entire jungle. He can get dragons by himself. He can start to get baby Baron by himself when the Rift Hero does spawn. So do want to see this Udyr start to just lean into that strength as opposed to going for these early aggressive plays without vision.
Yeah, I mean, we're just controlling space at this point. Bottom lane getting a little bit too active though. 3 on the side Alliance already getting down there, looking to hold control. Not too aggressive, but we're trying to make sure we have that dominant role in holding down that space. You can tell they're going to fight for that space, and the Hawks Black might be trying to reinforce, but for now, just playing it slow, keeping their eyes open.
Eyes wide on the prize. Some pings going down, a little bit of clearing, and Relief coming out from Relief. Now going to hover around this dragon that will be spawning in about a minute here. You also see Broken down here for that reason. He's going to go up, clear these wolves very quickly, and then no doubt be downtown for this dragon that it looks like the Udyr wants to start on, but only level 3. Getting a great angle here on this gank on Ditto, though. Rocky F. Bear. Flash to come out from Ditto and the flash to follow, but not enough damage. Oh, got to follow all the way through.
Huge escape right there. God dang.
Really kissing the angel of death there, but making out like a bandit in the Nighthawks black. 2 kills up, and now 1,500 gold as well. Kaju as well, just starting to see this massive CS lead that is going to come out from this Misfortune. Ezreal, a very passive laner, and Misfortune will be able to just continuously push waves under turret. And that's why we had to see the Udyr come down earlier. But speaking of the Udyr, Udyr's headed up as well as Rocky F. Bear. Great flash and stun, but maybe a little bit too preemptive. The team not really on the same page. Communication was not that go, not that green light.
They hesitated a little bit there trying to gank him, and that leads to the survival of the top lane there. The Mordekaiser for Hawks Black. In overtime, I don't think we really prefaced it too much. This is, again, a 2 out of 3. Nothing too crazy now. And as we move through, we will see some adjustments from game 1 to game 2.
Definitely can see some jitters coming out from the lines. They're trying to be big. They're trying to make big plays. They're trying to go for the, the clip. Trying to make, I want everybody to see what I did. But sometimes it's about that slow and steady winning the race. Allow your enemy to start to sweat that they haven't made any plays.
Yeah.
Before you start to stick your neck out and lose advantages so early in the game, especially against the composition that we theorized on early. Is very easy to pull off. The Hawks Black don't have many things that they have to do to make the Lions' day difficult in a team fight. And with the gold lead that they are now already able to have here in 7 minutes, it's going to just make it that much easier.
We see another battle going on in the bot lane, trying to control that jungle. It's clearing up more and more, building up that eco. But the gap seems to be only widening as time goes on. Hawks Black now 1.6k over 1.7. And that initial kill may have been a huge spark to allow their economy to start blowing up and giving that control, that initial fear factor of, okay, I can't be out of position. I need to stick with a teammate. I need to play safe. Lions might have been tamed just a little bit here.
Infernal Drake getting nice and devoured by the Lions, though. I love to see it. This Udyr, like I said, is so oppressive around objectives. He can just get every single one right off the timer, and if you are not setting up with your team, if that Hecarim is not already visioned up and team rotated down, waves pushed out, they're not going to be able to grab these dragons like that. So going to be so vital for this Udyr to continue to do that. Rocky F. Bear in a little bit of a pickle here, but going to be able to do the little waltz, do a little dance, and get out with his head held high. Some big harassment, though, coming out from Ditto.
Yeah, not too much action going on yet, but you can see how players are starting to try and trade, see how their damage output's going, try to compare their builds. Rocky F. Bear, woohoo!
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Ditto that he has to trade there, because this Udyr will start to get a little bit out of control with now that kill and the wave that is able to push out. Dark Ocean would like to see him try to sidestep those massive E's from Shen King there. The side hitbox is going to be definitely a lot more narrow than trying to walk back away from it. But doing a great job thus far, keeping up what he can. A really great Mordekaiser, though, here in the top line. We're seeing this CS lead already 25 in the favor of the Mordekaiser, and that's only going to get more and more wide as time goes on. Items a lot easier to grab for this Mordekaiser. Hasn't even backed yet from the lane, just still sitting on the Doran shield, and the Kennen Sorcerer's shoes in tow, but not having a great time with them.
Now you can see just how much the differential is not getting too huge at this point in time. We're still pretty early in the game, but we need to start making some differing and now also some actual risky plays. I mean, at this point in time, you can't just keep sitting there, Lions, and reeling from that first initial pick. It's time to make moves.
Well, I definitely want to see this MF Kaju go for the Immortal Shield Bow here to try to make sure that Dark Ocean cannot pop her on this Kennen. If he's able to Electric Maelstrom towards the back line and really lock down the Misfortune, she's not going to be able to do anything. And that's going to be unfortunate because of the amount of resources that are already poured into her. 95 CS, a 1 kill, huge gold lead starting to mount up. So if they're able to shut down this MF and single her out in this first fight, that whichever fight they choose to actually take here by the Lions, MF has to be sure to be alive.
It's really impressive already. Like 95 creep score, just 10 minutes in, and that seems a little above average in my eyes, at least.
Yeah, like I mean, the pros they aim for like that 10 CS per minute, but you can see yourself getting even above that when you're really focused and really able to get some extra resources from the jungle on spawn. But the Udyr's doing a great job of clearing. Hecarim's also doing a great job of clearing, so she's not even able to access those. That's all from the lane. And you see the response from Hong, though, sitting at 82 in a very, you know, eruptive lane that MF can anytime just choose to engage and make things go crazy. Ditto having to try to pull something crazy across the wall there. But I said this Udyr was getting big, and boy, is this Udyr getting big, ravaging through the mid lane, getting the CS, pushing things out, and freeing up this Galio now. Rocky F Bear's gonna be able to go wherever they want.
Real life simply hunting right now. And Lions, this is your chance, yo. You've got the pick. Like we mentioned earlier, the ganks in this kind of matchup are going to be so important. And if you can't capitalize on this one pick, while Ditto's down, when are you going to?
Well, both these mid laners struggling to find some CS. They are definitely starting to fall behind the curve here as things go forward. But Sentry getting engaged on there, having to use everything in the kit and caboodle, and makes it out by the skin of their teeth. Great job. Quick response from Sentry. Hong gonna farm underneath the tower here, and Relife nearby. Relife sneaking around the bush, trying to avoid vision. Not David. Gonna put some pink ward vision, some permanence down to get some tabs on where this Udyr may be.
Rocky F Bear again, like you mentioned, like the mid laners are struggling a little bit to catch up to these bottom laners. They're building up. They're fighting. Sentry's down for the count. Kaju is out here mopping up health bars. Top lane also getting aggressive. The trades are coming in clutch now.
Oh yeah, this is becoming a very explosive mid game here. And speaking of exploding, look at the health bar on Ditto. He wishes he could have transformed into somebody else there and chose their health bar instead of his, because his is at 0.
No chance of coming back.
No chance. Hong, though, on the other side of things, taking a lot of abuse. Kaju with the great follow over the wall, though, gonna lock down everyone, and the Cloud Drake will be the prize of the Hawks Black. Exactly what they want to get onto this Hecarim. Gets a bit of movement speed buff.
Looking good as we
I'm sorry. I thought that they didn't choose to take this Cloud Drake, but they actually just walked away.
No, it's chilling.
Left it chilling. Gonna choose that for another time, or just choose to keep these waves pushed out. Maybe let the other team get baited in.
Mordekaiser are getting teamed up on a little bit here. The Sentry still holding on the bot lane. Again, nothing too committal, but that turret's going to go on slowly. Health bar's getting chunked up, but not David and Kaju.
Yeah, Kaju is becoming a very unstoppable force there in the bot lane now. Fully farmed up. The CS is right. The turret platings are farmed. Shen King going underneath it all to try to get Relife nullified from this fight and taken out. Does end up doing that, and then on the other side of things, Dark Ocean is cleaned up by the rest of the team. Great collapse there in the top river, but as that happens, Hong and Sentry
the bottom lane,
their little bit of gold, but the turret plating falling at the most unfortunate time. They're not going to be able to get any of that gold that is inside of that objective, and for the time being, Hong just gonna have to push out this wave and head out.
Dang. I mean, just been committed a little bit sooner. Maybe they could have had a chance, but my Hawks Black just truly did not give them a chance.
Yeah, Hawks Black, they are out here doing the thing. They are really making this difficult for the Lions, pushing exactly when they need to, and then letting off the gas when it's even more advantageous. You see they're okay with letting the bot lane get pushed out right as the turret plating are falling, just to make it that much less worth it for the Lions there. Hawks Black playing a game of a lot of get, but giving nothing in return. And then on the other side of things, removing the ways that the Lions can come back. That's why we're seeing that gold lead balloon now. Extra 2,000 gold. They're up 4,000 here in 15 minutes. And
Yeah,
that's going to
looking-
start to hit. That wallet starts to smack. You feel it when you walk into a fight. Like,
Yeah.
ouch. Why you hurt me so hard and I don't get to touch you?
There's too much gold in there. Do not hit me with that. It's a good putting
Yeah.
rocks in a sock. You can't do that.
All those gold equal up to items when the shop has occurred. And, man, there has been a lot of shopping going on by the Hawks Black.
Yeah, you can see it. The creep score differential is absolutely nuts at this point. You get to see it happening now. Ooh, couple of Hawks diving in, looking for some prey. Double kill immediately. Kaju's out here, and
Yeah,
Broken is cleaning up Lions right now.
It's that point, it's that click, and it's the delete that we talked about in the picks and bans. Hawk Black pressing go and getting paid there in the jungle. Really clean stuff. They left the dragon, like I said, for pickings later. They didn't even need it then, and now they're going to get that Cloud Drake onto the Hecarim, who not only gets to increase his movement speed out of combat, that just gives him that much more AD as well, because Hecarim is a unit, a character that gets increased attack damage with his movement speed, so he's going to be able to get double dip kind of on those. Nice peel back there on the engage from Broken as Galio came in. Rocky F Bear now no ultimate, and they're not going to want to reach out too far here because they could get re-engaged on. Really unfortunately for them, that Kennen in the top lane as well is getting abused. Somebody's got to go help him.
Yeah, at this point in time, it just becomes a matter of having to counter gank for the Lions almost every interaction, and we don't have everybody ready to go, don't have everybody on the same page. You need to communicate to the best of your ability to really try and at least get a foothold against the Hawks right now.
Well, we are here at minute 17 being crossed, and 6,000 gold extra in the pocket of the Hawks Black. They are going to now be able to mobilize as a unit and try to delete people off of the map. But if the response comes out great from the Lions, if we see an overextension of the Hawks Black getting a little bit too greedy or underestimating the explosive power that the Lions actually do have, it could prove a great comeback condition for the Lions. But as of this point, we have not seen the Hawks Black make many unforced errors, and oh no, there is a chase down here by
Mordekaiser
the
going in.
Mordekaiser. That is so sad to see, man. You know what? That's somebody's son.
Like squishing a bug that looks so brutal.
Oh man. Oh, great job by Hong though. Going
Holy.
to Ditto deleted in the 1 versus 1 in the bot lane. And as we speak about 1 versus 1, there's none of that going on. A whole team there to try to delete. What is getting out of
They
control?
know.
Mordekaiser here. He is just queuing everybody left and right, isolating the team and taking names. 3 people off the map by the hands of Shen King here, going crazy. Top diff.
No excuse. No excuse for that kind of misplay. At this point in time, it is terrifying to even think about what is the right, correct, like actual decision. But at this point, that top lane is going to go down sooner rather than later. The Mordekaiser creating more and more space for Hawks, and it's just closing in. You can see the curtains begin to close. Look at the economy difference. Look at the kill difference. Look at the creep score difference. This could be the end coming up soon, but we don't know yet. The Lions still have that bite in them.
Yeah, this is a big obstacle for the Lions to try to overcome, but that's exactly what you get to Grand Finals for. You want to see the big power up. You want to see exactly what Grand Finals has to offer and then rise to that occasion. That's what makes the best narrative. That's what makes the best story. It's not fun if you just got to go in there and it was just another day in the office, but when it's down to the final margins, game 3 situation, both inhibitors exposed, both nexuses exposed, that's what you're looking for. Maybe it was a stop game 1, but you can get something out of it and get into game 2 and really bring something totally different to the table. Thinking that the Hawks Black have them downloaded, the Lions could totally schmix it up and bring it to a whole nother world.
100%. I mean, we see some good jungle control right now from the Hawks, and again, it just takes one good gank and the entire tables could be flipped once again. Lions trying to congregate in the upper jungle. We'll have to see if we can get a nice counterplay going on, but again, as well, the Hawks are trying to take down this dragon coming up soon.
Oh, now they're rushing the Baron on spawn, 20-minute Baron, and this is exactly the overreach or the mistake that the Lions were looking for to get their comeback opportunity. Looking for Dark Ocean to have a path into this fight. Right now, he's over the wall. He wouldn't even be able to get into the backline with the Slicing Maelstrom. So, yeah, that is just a little bit of harass to push them off the objective for the time being. But that might be the goal sign there. Not. David taking a lot of harass there in all of the stats. Shane King with the big shutdown in tow. Will they be able to nab it off of him? Raid Boss, focus down. They wait so long to go, and Kaju is in the perfect position to rain down with the bullet time. Oh, it's so unfortunate for the Lions. They were so close, but they played too close with the fire. Shane King was able to tank it all, and just like that, it is going to be the Hawks Black taking this Baron as their prize and taking the Nexus to follow, no doubt. What a huge win on that fight.
That was ridiculous. How did Mordekaiser survive? You saw his health bar stick at a third for a good 20 seconds. I can't believe what a counter gank that was to the side of Hawks. You just can't match that kind of play without this kind of experience. You can tell they're ready for the amount of options that Lions had, and at this point, I can't imagine their amount of confidence is radiating from the team right now.
That top laner did exactly what he needed to do. He tanked so much damage.
Everything.
Made everyone expend their skills, their time, their energy, their resources. And just like that, the Hawks Black repositioned, they remobilized, and they destroyed that team fight. And like we said, it's no doubt going to be the game, the straw that breaks the camel's back here. They're going to be able to pick up this Mountain Drake, choose whatever lane they want to go down, and make it their own, because they have amassed a 10,000 gold lead here in 20 minutes. And with the amount of buff that the Baron gives and the dragons that they have, there's even more gold hidden that we can't even see in that number.
It's absolutely incredible just how much they've snowballed this into potential W here. The Lions have a lot to absorb from this match. The amount of knowledge you've gained and the amount of experience you have in this kind of team is really valuable when it comes to game 2, when you can just analyze how they like to gank, where they like to be, the vision game battle. This is something that you don't get zero value from. The first game is almost always the most important.
Yeah, they chose a very easy to execute composition at the end of the day, and the Lions, while they did have a great response to it, it was just that, a response. They weren't going to ever get to be in the driver's seat here on this matchup unless the very aggressive plays that Real Life went for early game paid off, and they were able to set this Hecarim back about 10 minutes in the game. But we're just gonna get to see a huge collapse here. Flash followed by Kaju, keeps it going. Real Life tries to get onto the Misfortune, but she heads out. She is able to get a double kill in response. Sentry soloed out by the top laner. Mordekaiser just playing with his food for the time being. But that is the final blow, and that is going to be another nail in the coffin. That is the Lions here in this game 1.
Yeah, up to a 12k difference at this point. It's looking terrifying. But again, like we mentioned earlier, like, this game 1 is so important for analyzing and for learning. Lions are gonna have an even better answer. Like you said, it was an answer, not a full solution. But with this knowledge that they have now, they could have a winning formula coming up next.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, they could say, okay, we played too responsive here. Let's pick what we know we can win lane and win game with. And then Hawks Black haven't had to deal with that yet. They got to play with, you know, the Lions playing a little bit more on the back foot with the picks. They also see Hawks Black with that first pick. So just being on that blue side allows for you to be so much more aggressive with how you do things. Kind of like choosing white in chess.
Yeah.
And where the Lions chose black, they could also choose white in response. You know, they don't have to go with the comp that's trying to, okay, we know the Hecarim wants to do this, so let's catch him here. We know that the Mordekaiser wants to do this, so let's pick this because we know this does good against Mordekaiser. No, just pick what Dark Ocean is best at. Pick what Real Life loves to play. Pick what Rocky knows he's going to win lane with, and not have to have a, you know, a situation where this Pantheon can just jump on his face all day and he has to play turtley, you know. Hong, on one of the most passive laners on this Ezreal. He is a great character and does an amazing job when he's allotted that space, but when everybody else is already responsive, who is really going to be that insane threat who is really going to be that, we have to respond to this guy right now or else we're going to lose the game and force their hand. There wasn't anybody that was drafted really by the Lions.
When it comes to win conditions, you can tell that the Hawks really had a very clear objective in mind. And when it comes down to it, like you said, like the Lions had an answer, not a full-on formula for that win condition that would allow them to fully take control.
Brought down to the depths, getting soloed out here by the Mordekaiser. Ditto going to get the final hit on that kill. There's going to be broken to the back line, soloing out Dark Ocean, not going to be able to even use the Slicing Maelstrom in a threatening manner at all, and it is full retreat mode now for the Lions. Which lane will be down the Hawk site? It looks like mid lane, the easiest one for the time being. It's already got an inhibitor down. Super minions already flooding the base.
This is looking incredible so far. Once again, another rush, just trying to create that space, get into the enemy nexus. But they're playing it slow. You can see how the Hawks are not trying to overcommit on just one big push. They want to see if they can actually just try and close it out slow and steady. But we're waiting for that next bit of the replay. Here we go. I was worried for a second we had that bug one more time where it cuts out early.
We will get to see how this plays out. It might be sooner than the Lions would hope for, but it looks like a dragon will spawn in about a minute. Will that be the point of contention, or will the Hawks Black find an opening sooner? It's so crazy to see that there are 4 kills onto this Pantheon. Everybody else relatively deathless across the board here. Another stray death by not David from that great turn.
Yeah, it's crazy how little they've really suffered any kind of attack. The Hawks have been nearly flawless. It's terrifying.
This is the dragon. It's up.
Ooh.
It's half down. It's going down, and it's the crown that the Hawks Blacks are looking for here in town. They're going to be now parading to the mid lane, right behind the super minions. Mordekaiser looking threatening as ever, just going straight for the bacon, but Broken going even deeper behind enemy lines. Going to be a single out focus of Rocky F there by Shen King. Will he be able to kill this
Here we
Galio?
go.
He will be able to get godlike on the map.
Yeah, this is about to be it. This push looks like it could be the real seal of the deal.
Ooh, really
just melting
stuff
through.
By Ditto. Hong just going way too far forward there and getting pointed and clicked on by Ditto there. Pantheon so good at what he does, and that is win in this instance here. That is game 1 for the Hawks Black, and they're doing it in style, trying to get some extra kills on the way out, but 26-5, insane gold lead. That is about 18,000 gold ahead there, and wow, that is a statement of a first game if I've ever seen it.
Seriously.
Great stuff by the Hawks Black.
That was ridiculous. I mean, I don't think I've seen a serious steamroll like that in a long time. I mean, the Lions did a really great job at really trying to counterplay and really think about their options. When it comes down to it, if you fall behind against a team like that, you're done. You're done.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. They chose a very easy to execute comp. At the end of the day, University Hill, they were just able to stand on their hill and do what they needed to do. And wow, that was a really, like I said, statement first game. I would love to see the Lions come back with a great response in game 2 to really make the Hawks think about what they did and what that 21-minute victory felt like.
True. Now, I mean, I do believe there was a really good play at the beginning that sparked all of this. Again, we saw Hawks just waltz in through bot lane and just get that first pick, and it all started from there. The hesitation, the fear, like it just locked in that you guys are gonna stay put and we're gonna buff ourselves up, and our win conditions gonna be much better than yours. So I'm sorry, you lose this fight initially, it's over. And that was it. That was the spark, right? That ignited that whole bonfire of just steamrolling right through. So Lions, now in this time, we obviously know what not to do.
That's right. The ball is in your courts, Lions. And I believe for the time being, while we get this next lobby readied up, we're going to jump to a short break. So go refill your drinks, grab yourself a snack, and we'll see you guys on the other side for game 2.
You better, yo. There we go. Welcome back, y'all. Once again, we are heading into Game 2 of the PlayVS Fall 2022 High School Championship featuring League of Legends here with the BC School Sports. Once again, this is Game 2 of Hawks versus Lions. Osti, what do you think about the first game, man? That was pretty brutal, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real.
I think that the word we used in our little chat in between the games right there was clinical.
Clinical.
And that was just some great stuff that we saw come out from these young talents. You know, it's really funny to see that, you know, no matter what happens in League of Legends, through the times and the trials and the tribulations, a jungler is just so important as, you know, a role on the map. It's just so integral to the success of a team. You know, of course the mid laners, the flashy, you know, the faker, the person that sells the tickets in a way, but at the end of the day, that jungler is just so important. And we saw Broken there get to do so much work on the Hecarim, just being able to absorb the early pressure that Real Life was trying to come out with, and then find his own opportunities and engage his other lanes that were already just set into motion with the kind of the way that he set things up. So Broken, really my player of the game last game on the Hecarim. Even though we saw some massive stuff come out from the top laner and the AD carry, it was all enabled by the great stuff that we saw on the Hecarim.
Yeah, I did want to shout out the Mordekaiser player as well. Like, that was absolutely ridiculous. In every team fight, he did not go down. You could not kill him.
And Ditto, I mean, Ditto had all the deaths on the team, but that's because Ditto was doing exactly what needs to be done on the Pantheon, was able to lock down key targets, was able to get underneath their skin and really make them, their positioning get called out in ways that were just detrimental to how they could play the game. And it was just great stuff all around that we saw come out from the Hawks. Like I said, as we left game one, I'd love to see the Lions come out with something here to really shake things up and to really make the Hawks feel like they're on the back foot or have to draft up some answers.
Yeah, the Hawks. Welcome back, yo.
Yes, that's it. Welcome back. Biggest congrats to the Hawks. Black, it's so unfortunate that we were unable to see the team, the University Hill team, get to that victory, but man, I bet they did it in a convincing fashion. 2-0 on the table, and you know, very thankful for their performance today. Shout out to the whole team: Shanking, Broken, Ditto, Kaju, and not David. They've been playing together 3 years, and this is just them reaping the success and sowing those rewards. That's some beautiful stuff. So I love to see it. Suplex, what you got to say, my man?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great day, man. Again, we couldn't apologize more for the loss of connection there, trying to get those games for y'all, but sadly, not this time. Riot has not allowed us to have a really easy connect spectator mode, so we've sadly lost the match, but until next time, we will have more League of Legends matches for you. Once again, this is the PlayVS Fall 2022 High School Championship featuring League of Legends with the BC School Sports Association. Once again, we couldn't thank the players, the coaches, the subs, the production, everyone here for creating a great bracket and really allowing these players to really just go ahead and shine.
And if you want to stay tapped in with us, Suplex Plus on his socials, Oski Champ on mine. We'll be doing some commentating and some leaguing and loving all throughout the next couple of weeks as we bring you even more of the High School Championship Series. Y'all have a wonderful night. Stay safe. I'll see you next time.
Take care, y'all.